In this video, I'm going to make sure that with your next Roblox games, you can implement these new plugins to make your game look and feel even better than what you've already made. So, without taking any time, let's go ahead and get into the top 5 plugins. Number 5, in my opinion, this one's still pretty useful, but it is not crazy important if it's not fitting your category. It is called 3D text. With 3D text, what you do is you activate your cursor and you click anywhere inside of your base plate. I'm gonna just click on the basic base plate here, and then I can put this text to any text that I want. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this and make this go on the side so you guys can see it all. So here, I'm gonna make it say subscribe to the blue gear. So, and by the way, this is something you should probably do. So, to make sure that your font is what you want, you can go and drop down the font menu and click on any of the fonts that you desire. Any of the fonts in here is the ones you can use. I'm gonna go ahead and use Railway just for this video. And as you can see, it instantly changed the font to Railway. I can do different kinds of spacings and all that kind of stuff. I can change the thickness, that means like upwards, by the way. Scale, I can scale it up, and it'll all scale within itself. Colors, I can do whatever color I want. With I can do a special mesh, I can do a mesh part. Material, I can make it into wood planks, I can turn it into neon. Whatever I want to do is I can do with this. This is very helpful if you're trying to make buildings or anything like that that has text on it, or just a sign for your roleplay or other Roblox game. So, our next tool, I'm gonna go ahead and implement a part, and I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. Alright, the next plugin that we're going to use is called Part to Water. Basically, what this it is exactly what it says. It turns your part into water. Go ahead and click it. For this, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to do the cartoon style. You don't have to mess with anything in the advanced. You don't have to mess with anything. You don't have to do anything like that at all. So, I'm going to go ahead and click cartoon and transform. And just like so, I instantly have water. So, what we're going to do is we're all going to go into the toolbox and put in a spawn location, and then with the spawn location we're going to go see how this looks up close and personal, so you guys can see what it actually looks like. So as we started the game, let's take a look here, and as you can see, here's the water. Now, this is usually just for aesthetic pleasures, but if you want to put it in your game as a little water source somewhere, like a river or like right next to a waterfall, this could be perfect for it to have that little water at the bottom, so you won't have to lag your game with actual water in the Roblox Studio. So this is a great cartoon style for any kind of low poly or simulated game that you want to use. Now I'm going to go ahead and also show you the realistic version, just so you guys can see what that looks like as well. I'm going to just delete this and make a new part. Just like so. Plugins, part to water, realistic, transform, and as you can see, it looks somewhat more realistic. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in game. Now, I do want to say that this doesn't look as good or even as pleasurable as the cartoon, but I still do want to say that it somewhat looks realistic from far away if you're trying to do this for a game with just this as a background. I still think that it looks really good for as a background, and it can still be used for any type of game that you think that needs your realistic water system. Which is then going to be our third one. It's going to be called Add Easy Texture. This is going to be the last plugin that we have that's going to involve you having a part. So, plugin, let's go ahead and click this stuff out. Add Easy Texture. So, this is for any game that wants to have those textures on the ground or on the walls or anything like that that needs those kind of textures for your game. So, let's say for example, I wanted to do, we're going to choose the question marks. Let's say it's a mystery zone. And I click on, it's going to go and apply to the top. As you can see, it is on the top, the little question marks. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color to white. And then I'm going to, let's see here. Oh, I see what I did. You have to apply to all sides to make sure it looks good. But just in case that wasn't the problem, we're going to do these squares. So, as you can see, it pops up, and it looks It looks decently good. Now, we might have to modify it sometimes. So the part, let's go ahead and do as well as properties. And as you can see, you have little textures. So, textures here. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. And we're gonna try again with a different part, just in case I was doing it wrong. So let's go ahead and separate out the sides. Plugins, add easy texture. We're gonna do the red puzzle pieces, and as you see, the puzzle pieces show up on there, and you can change the it to whatever color you want. So if you want to do green, if you want to do red, like how you saw, it'll be these little darker spots with the puzzle pieces all in there for you to have for your little game. Now, you can do any kind of material. Personally, I would do like smooth plastic, so it looks more like the low poly feature. But honestly, I think this is a really cool plugin for your game, and I think it looks really nice compared to other games that don't have these kind of textures. It just kind of looks bland. Alright, for our next part, this is for all GUI. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get an example GUI set up. So you're gonna do screen GUI plus a frame, and then inside the frame I'm gonna put a text button. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag the frame to the middle of the screen, take the text button, and I'm gonna resize it into here. Now keep it in mind that if I didn't use this plugin, I'd have to do that with every single little thing in the UI. So for the frame, I'm gonna go to plugin, I'm gonna hit add constraint, and then I'm gonna hit scale. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the text button. I'm gonna go in the plugin, add constraint, and scale, and then close out. Basically what this does is it makes it have the exact same amount of pixels and looks the exact same on every single device, no matter what. It all looks the same, which is very, very good, especially if you don't want just one device to be playing your game. Nobody's gonna have the same device, and so it's very good for all of it to scale. As well as for you, there's a plus for you. If you want to make this a little bigger later on down the road because you want to add more things like a scroll menu or anything like that, then you can click here and drag up, and as you see, the text button goes with the frame. So no matter what size I do, no matter if I make it really tiny, the button is still the exact same size across the top of the screen. This is very cool and a very important plugin you need to have if you really want to make games and have really good looking UI. And our last plugin that we're going to have today is going to be Generate. This is the biggest plugin that I have ever used and ever seen, in my opinion. This creates a simulator game just for you. It creates the entire game just for you to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click Generate, and just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and click Clicker. And then for monetization, I want to make some money off of this, so I want to put 100, which is the max. And then the amount of areas, I'm going to put 7 whole areas. I'll go ahead and click Continue, and then we're going to watch as it works. Going to go ahead and delete this. Well, we'll delete the spawn whenever it spawns in. We're going to go ahead and hit Generate, and just like that, we have a 7-zone map with all different colors and everything that matches each other. Isn't that great? So this looks to be a strength clicker. These are all generated, so it's different every time. So all the gems and the strong coins, I guess we can say, are on the right hand side of the screen, and then all the UIs on the left hand side of the screen. Now this map does look very nice. There are some glitches that you can fix with yourself, and I also recommend that if you're going to use this plugin, to definitely come in after you generated it, and the least that you could do is fix the walls and update what they say, and fix the low poly trees and the walls and everything. Just spiffy it up a little bit, add your own assets and everything, just to make it seem a little different, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of games that already look like this that are already out right now for everyone to go play. So I recommend for sure to update the pets so they look different, update the assets so they all look different from other games as well, and just change the colors and everything, and also add those textures as I was talking about before. I'm going to go ahead and add some of those textures just so you can see what I was talking about with the texture stuff. So I'm going to go here, plugins, add easy texture, and then I'm just going to choose these squares. And just like that, it went from looking like this, from this little boring, just straight green, to this texturized pattern, which just makes it look just makes it look 10 times better. It gives it that new look that everyone is looking for and that all the creators need for their games. Honestly, this is one of the better plugins for Roblox Studio, and I think that everyone should have this plugin if you're going to be a new developer. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe to be able to get more videos like this with more information and plugins.